morning everyone, I am Ardina Choa and I will be presenting to you what really happened in the Cavite Mutiny in the year 1872 from the perspective of the different sources. So now let's get into it. So first of all, let us know what does a mutiny mean. So a mutiny is an open rebellion usually by soldiers against the authorities. It is an act of refusal in obeying orders from the person of authority. And in this case, Cavite Mutiny is the rebellion of the soldiers and laborers of Fort San Felipe against the officials and their orders at the time. So what is the Cavite Mutiny? The Cavite Mutiny of 1872 was an uprising of military personnel of Fort San Felipe, the Spanish arsenal in Cavite, Philippines on January 20, 1872. So Cavite Mutiny is the rebellion of the military personnel of Fort San Felipe, a Spanish arsenal or storage of military equipment in Cavite. The workers of the said arsenal reacted to the new policies that deprived them of their privileges as a worker in the arsenal. The said event happened on January 20, 1872. Around 200 soldiers and laborers rose up in the belief that it would elevate to a national uprising. However, the mutiny was unsuccessful, and the government cracked down on the burgeoning nationalist movement. Many scholars believe that the Cavite Mutiny of 1872 was the beginning of the Filipino nationalism that would eventually lead to the Philippine Revolution of 1896. Now, let us get to know the important figures of the uprising. On February 17, 1872, the three martyred priests, Fathers Mariano Gomez, Jose Apolonio Burgos, and Jacinto Zamora, better known for the acronym Gomburza, were executed by garrote by the Spaniards in Bagumbayan in connection with the 1872 Cavite Mutiny. The three priests incurred the hatred of the Spanish authorities for leading the campaign against the abusive Spanish friars and fighting for equal rights among the priests. They fought on unresolved issues about secularization in the Philippines that resulted in a conflict among the religious regulars and the church seculars. They are branded as traitors by the Spaniards for supposedly leading the uprising and fighting for the equal rights among priests. Jose Rizal was 10 years old during the time and is aware of the happening. He then dedicated his book El Filibusterismo to this martyred priest. 1872 was said to be a historic year of two events, which are the Cavite Mutiny and the martyrdom of the Gomburza. These events are important milestones of the Philippine history and have caused ripples throughout time, directly influencing the decisive events of the Philippine Revolution towards the end of the century. The significance of this year was indeed unquestionable. However, what made it controversial is the different sides to the story, a battle of perspective supported by primary sources. What really happened in the event of the Cavite Mutiny can be seen from the perspective of the Spanish and different accounts. There are two sides in the story, the Spanish accounts and the different accounts. The documentation of Spanish historian Jose Montero y Vidal centered on how the event was an attempt in overthrowing the Spanish government in the Philippines. Although as a historian, his account of the mutiny was criticized as woefully biased and rabid for a scholar. Another account from the official report written by the Governor-General Rafael Izquierdo implicated native clergy who were then active in the movement towards secularization of parishes. These two accounts corroborated with each other. According to Montero's account, the abolition of privileges enjoyed by the laborers of the Cavite arsenal of exemption from the tribute was, according to some, the cause of the insurrection. There were, however, other causes. One is the abolition of privileges of laborers at the Cavite arsenal, as well as the Spanish Revolution, anti-monarchist propaganda, and the spread of democratic and republican ideas in Spain and the Philippines, which contributed to the rise of the idea of independence among certain Filipinos. The American publicist outbursts and the misguided policies of the Spanish governor sent to govern the Philippines further fueled this sentiment. A section of the native clergy who were dissatisfied with the friars joined forces with those who sought independence from Spain, aiming to achieve this goal. In the early 1872, the authorities received anonymous warnings about an impending uprising against the Spanish, claiming that all Spaniards, including friars, would be assassinated once the fleet at Cavite left for the south. However, these warnings were ignored. The conspiracy had been secretly ongoing since the time of La Torre, with key leaders meeting in private homes, including those of Joaquin Pardo de Tavera and Jacinto Zamora, a native priest. The curate of Bacoor, who possessed immense wealth and a strong personality, played a significant role in the movement as its driving force. The second account from the official report of Rafael Izquierdo implicated the native clergy. The insurrection was motivated and prepared by the native clergy, mestizos, native lawyers, and abogadillos. The instigators protested against government's injustices, including not paying provinces of the tobacco crops, usury in crop documents, and the imposition of tribute and personal service on workers at the Cavite Arsenal. The rebels planned to establish a government without a priest as head, and appointing a leader with the options of including Jose Burgos and Jacinto Zamora. According to the Spanish accounts, 1872 event was a premeditated conspiracy involving educated leaders, mestizos, lawyers, and residents of Manila and Cavite. They planned to kill high-ranking Spanish officers and friars, with the signal being the rocket fired from Intramuros. On January 20, 1872, the district of Samigao celebrated the feast of the Virgin of Loreto with fireworks, which the Caviteños mistakenly took as the signal to attack. A 200-man contingent led by Sergeant Lamadrid attacked Spanish officers, seized the arsenal, and killed some leaders. However, the revolution was easily crushed when the expected Manileño reinforcement failed to arrive. Leaders of the plot were killed or executed, while others were arrested, sentenced to life imprisonment, or suspended from practicing law. The native artillery regiment was dissolved and a new force composed of exclusively of Peninsulares or Spanish-born were created. According to this account, the Cavite Mutiny was a minor rebellion by Filipino soldiers and laborers of the Cavite Arsenal, caused by dissatisfaction with Izquierdo's policies, such as abolishing privileges and prohibiting establishment of a school for Filipinos. However, Tavera believes that the Spanish friars and Izquierdo exaggerated the mutiny to distract from other issues. The central government in Madrid was planning to reduce the friars' powers in civil government and education. The friars saw the mutiny as an opportunity to maintain their dominance, but the central government introduced a decree that fused the Friars Sectarian School into a single institution, the Philippine Institution, which would be run by competitive examination. This reform was welcomed by most Filipinos as it aimed to improve education in the Philippines. Another account, this time by French writer Edmond Plachette, complemented Tavern's account and analyzed the motivation of the 1872 Cavite Mutiny. General La Torre formed a committee in Manila to address a problem, which was mirrored by a committee in Madrid. After both committees completed their work, they reached the same conclusion. However, the arrival of General Izquierdo in Manila brought an end to any hopes of reforms, as he initiated prosecutions due to conflicts between Filipino clerics and friars. This led to desire to suppress liberal teachings. The planned opening of the Society of Arts and Trades in Manila was suspended by General Izquierdo to prevent the spread of liberal teaching. The Spanish friars used the Cavite Mutiny as a way to maintain their dominance over the Philippines, which was facing growing discontent among the Filipino populations. The friars portrayed the mutiny as a part of a larger conspiracy by Filipinos to overthrow the Spanish government, when in reality, it was just a small rebellion. The mutiny ultimately led to the martyrdom of Gomburza and inadvertently set the stage for the revolution that would culminate in 1898 when the Philippines gained independence from Spain.